in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone. That is a touchdown.
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score! High kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Oh, Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
There's high kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to some more high school hockey action here on Fans Only Sports Network from the Portsmouth Abbey in beautiful Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Tonight's matchup between the Barrington Eagles and the North Kingstown Skippers. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Heatu, joined alongside Caroline Niehoff, camera op tonight, and we're live here as both teams just concluded their warm-ups. And we're just about ready to go here for the start of this one. So Barrington, this is the first time we've been covering a home game for them all season. So a big welcome to the Fans Only Sports Network family for Barrington as we cover the Eagles for the first time in the Portsmouth Abbey. And over there for NK, the Skippers, newly promoted to Division I hockey, as last season they won the Division II championship. And they look to make a statement tonight as they join a lot of competitive teams here in Division I hockey this season. A recap from some of tonight's games. Smithfield defeated after defeating Prout last night 4-0 in their home rink. They traveled to Thayer to take on the Warwick co-op unit. Warwick only had one win to their credit last season. Got their first win of the season against Smithfield. Final score in that game, 4-1. LaSalle took care of business over in Burrillville. Final score in that game, 6-1, as the Rams solemnly defeated the Burrillville Broncos. And Division I really getting shaken up a whole bunch, but we're here, and we're ready to go for some more hockey action. So before we get going, we'll give you the word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And then finally by our Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and over 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by being a part of our Elite Recruits today. Go to www.ForOurEliteRecruits today for more information. And both teams get set at center ice as we get ready to go here. And we are underway from the Abbey. Starting at net tonight for the Skippers is a shot already on net for Barrington. Right out of the gate is number 30, Benjamin Davis. And right out of the gate, shot, score! We're not even into first few seconds of this one. And the Eagles strike first to make this one 1-0. And Barrington leads the charge early on and takes a 1-0 lead. And starting in net tonight is number 30 for the Eagles. That is reading from that side there. That's Dominic Bruzy. Bruzy in net tonight, back into the action. And the Eagles come up with it as it's brought back to neutral ice. Shepherding it up front there is number 3, Benjamin Labriche. This shot heading into the top, hitting the protective glass. And Skippers' defense will end up scooping this back up as it's taken across by Ronan Gately. Shot right on net, and it's knocked away. And they'll try again. Aiden Pollock sending it around and flip to the other side. This time being brought up against the boards. Kelsey trying to bring it up front, and he'll bring it back to neutral ice. Giving it off to the center. Another shot. This one banged right off the post. You can hear it from up here. And now we'll come back to center ice. And we're going to get an icing call, our first one of the evening. With 13:43 to go left in the first period. Score already 1-0. As Barrington strikes first to start off this one. And we'll go and face off down in the skipper's end. And sent back the other way. This one's going to go off the glass. And being taken up now by Campbell Fay. And sent right away. And going to be stopped as the puck traveled into that netting. Face-off will take in Barrington's side of the ice. So I believe that was number 10, Tucker Squires, the senior, who managed to put it in the back of the net. For the Eagles, we'll get further confirmation as time goes on. And the Skippers take this face-off. And at the point was Timothy Coleman trying to come up with it. Instead, it's intercepted. Breakaway try, and that ended up dying quickly as Trevor Snow had it. And now taking it up front is Jake Roger. And it's dumped back in by the Eagles. Wrapping around the backside is Stephen Bay. And sent right at the skate. Deflects off, crossing right behind Davis in net. And it'll go back to center. Eagles trying to get back on side. And it's flipped up front. The Skippers have it here. Rifling a shot. It bounces off the face mask of the goaltender. And it's going to go back the other way. William Brew the fourth. The one credit on that shot. And Barrington uses the deflection off the skate to keep it in play. A good chance. Spins around. Bouncing off of the goaltender. That was Cole Vieira, and this one bouncing off the pads as a shot came from Connor Hayes. Bounces off the defenseman. Vieira flips it back the other way as it's trapped against the far side boards. And another chance. Shot. This one deflecting into the glass. Once again, that was Hayes taking another shot on net. And the Skippers managed to clear it, but that puck's going to come right back into their own end as we get an icing call. 11:56 to go in the first period. And Barrington currently leading the affair 1-0. And Skippers clear the puck one more time. It's going to go all the way back down to our tender. And we'll get another stoppage of play for some icing. Bruzy's had some shots taken on him a whole lot for Barrington. Been pretty rock solid for the start here. Davis definitely caught sleeping in these opening minutes. And we're back in it. Puck trapped against the boards there. And now patrolling through center come the Skippers. Maltzo dumps it into the zone, and it's wrapped around the back of the net. Barrington trying to do diligence, effectively clear it. Delayed penalty coming, and here's the whistle. It's going to go against North Kingstown. They're going to call him for tripping. Number 19, Ronan Gately, accredited for the trip. And so now Barrington will go on the first power play of the evening. And so we'll face off down in the Skipper side of things. And the Skippers goes right back to their goaltender, and that's going to stop play once again as Davis makes the stop. At the point, it's flipped over. Another shot, this one deflecting off of Davis's pads. Eagles keep it in play as that shot came from Eric Hall. Hall sends it over this time to Cody Woody. Back to Hall. Eric Hall from the point, deflecting off defenders, nearly ricocheting into the net. And Hall will try again, sending it downhill. He'll get it back again. And finds an opening. Did it cross through? No, it scoots out from Davis off the rebound. And Hall trying to wait for it, but it's going to get taken up through by Jake Roger, who dumps it in. Roger trying to get ahead of it. as we're under a minute and a half remaining in this penalty. And Barrington already volleying a couple shots on net. Wood through center ice, dumps it into the attacking zone off the forecheck. And on the back check, they clear it, the Skippers. 1 minute remains on the power play as Wood gets a hold of it. He's going to flip it back up that time to Wood. And cleared again that time by Benjamin Coleman. Drake Almeida to bring it through center. Crossing the blue line, maneuvers to the left, trying to cross it over. He was waiting for Chase Watts to get open, not in the right place at the right time. And the Skippers clear this one back through center again. 30 seconds remain on the power play. One final push for the Eagles to see if they can take a 2-0 lead on the power play. Cutting back inside is Watts. Down ice that time to Almeida. Trying to cross it over to Eric Hall. Eric Hall rifling one. And this one's going to skip into the protective netting with 14 seconds left to go on the power play. And the face-off. And patrolling around this time is Watts. Watts to the top of the zone, that time to Squires, wide to the right. Almeida maneuvers back towards the goal. And we'll send it down that time to Henry Kelsey. Kelsey a little chalked up, a little tangled right in front of the net. The power play expires, and they've cleared it, so the Skippers are going to get a line change. A little bit of confusion in front of the bench as it seemed people weren't prepared for it. And now Eagles will try again. Trevor Snow giving it up that time to Almeida. Drake Almeida cutting around the backside of the net. Trying to come back around through center. A lot of defensive pressure that time as he crosses it over. And wraps back around. Jake Horseman, the one applying a lot of the pressure on those on that chance. This one going right towards him. Another chance, wide open exposure, and a great chance as Trevor Snow didn't hesitate. And Snow going to try all over again, but no defenders waiting, so the Eagles are going to have to get back and set as new skates came out on the ice. This one tipped into the zone. Chasing it down that time is Tim Coleman. And Coleman tangled up as two Eagles swarm him. Gets some help from an additional skipper, and the puck will get cleared from behind the net. This one going back through center, and it's going to come back to the skipper's side of the ice as icing is the call on the floor. Up next on the network, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at 9 p.m., the East Greenwich Avengers take on the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Cumberland Clippers face off against Proud tomorrow at 5:50 p.m., and then followed by more HS hockey as Cranston West takes on North Smithfield High School at 3:30 on Wednesday. Don't miss any of the action here on Fans Only Sports Network. Go to fansonlysports.com. That's sports with a Z to purchase your full season pass so you never miss a moment's action from this year's 2022-2023 RIIL hockey season here on Fans Only Sports Network. As we continue play on the near side boards, the puck still hasn't found a home in any player, and finally taken away by Cody Woody and bounced off to the left side. Cole Vieira has it here, and good defense coming from the stick that time. Poke check from Damian Maltizzo. And trying to maneuver back towards the net, and it's gloved up by Davis from a hard wrister coming there from Connor Hayes. 7:32 to go. And these last 5 minutes of sequences, NK really hasn't been able to establish much offense in the attacking end. And Eagles take the face-off win. Another shot bouncing off as Drake Almeida took one there. And the puck still up against the near side boards. A good chance as Almeida sends it down right in front of the net. It's blocked up as Davis was there along with several defenders. And the puck trying to get maneuvered out. Skippers have it. Nope, now the Eagles have it. Leading him a little bit that time was Christian Vieira. And now it's found by Chase Watts. Giving it off this time to Henry Kelsey. Ooh, the right side of the net exposed to no avail. Nobody able to take the shot. It's been a game of back and forth against the boards, and the Eagles keep it onside. The Skippers come up with it. Jake Roger through center, now in his attacking end. Good defense from the Eagles results, and them scooping it up. And they'll patrol back through center as Vieira passes it up this time to Almeida. Almeida rifling one as it bounces off the defender. 2 defenders that time. And now Roger going to try and get it out of the zone again. And kept in play. And finally, we got a Skipper taking it up ice. Maneuvers through 3. A wide open lane, and it's clogged up immediately. Charles Randall was the one credited there. Now Drake Almeida through center. And now in his attacking side, Adam Gorman trying to get a hold of it. And the puck still, NK has just been completely flustered in their own end. Gorman trying to find the hole. Getting some help that time from Benjamin Labriche. Labriche has it now. And eventually the Skippers, the Eagles keep it in play now as Eric Hall comes into the affair. Rifling the shot wide to the right. And now Cody Wood, this time to Eric Hall. Eric Hall sends one down. It's deflected off the stick there of Davis. Another chance brewing. And now Wood, Woody wasn't there at the right time. But he gets some help there from Hall. Hall, saving his body there as he maneuvered around that NK defender. And sent back to center, trapped down there by Gorman. And they dump it back in so Barrington can get a line change. Under 5 minutes to go in the first period, and it's still 1-0. Barrington trying to knock on the doorstep yet again. And they flip one right in front. And another one wide to the left that time. And wrapping around the backside. And eventually the Skippers come up with it. A lot of pressure that time from Drake Almeida and crew. And gets a chance. Slap shot bouncing off the skate. And we get a whistle. As there's a little bit of tussling going on between an Eagle. That's Cole Vieira getting in and roughing up number 18, Jake Horseman, a bit. And the referees do their job to break that fight up. So that's going to send Cole Vieira to the box for the instigation. And then, of course, Jake Horseman heading in as well. So it's still going to remain 5-on-5 hockey. They're just going to send both players to the box for disciplinary reasons. And we'll get a face-off. Puck right in front, and it maneuvered away from the net, fortunately, for the Skippers, as Roger passes it up front that time to Paulo, and off to the right side. Tucker Squires came screaming in to help out there. Now Chase Watts brings it up ice. Timothy Coleman was there to meet him. And taken away. And right in front, Almeida flips it over to Wood. Cody Wood rifling one at Davis, who gloves that one up. And some more shoving going on. Extracurricular. And we'll face off once again. And taken up by Almeida. Almeida, though, poke check coming, and it's flipped back in by Barrington. Keeping it on the NK side of the ice, but flipped back to center. Eagles going to have to get back on side again. Skating back there was Hall. Hall patrols through center. Hall takes it across the blue line. And he's checked hard into the boards. Charlie Van Gordon trying to poke the puck out of the way that time. Henry Kelsey has other ideas for Barrington. Rifling the shot was Wood, and it's deflected. This just been great defense from these NK defenders. And Davis going to knock that away as the Eagles go back to their bench and get a line change. And trying to play some keep-aways, Van Gordon. It's trapped right in front of the blue line down by Snow. Flipped over that time to LaBrouche. And intercepted. Good job by the defense that time. Now taking it up through center and dumped into the zone is Randall. Going right behind the Barrington goal. And the Skippers can't seem to generate much offense in the early period. Much of this game, for that matter. And the Eagles playing the way they want to. They've been dominating this first period of action so far. Snow flips it up. It was intended for Gorman. And LaBroche trying to get in there, but it's given back to NK. Touched and brought into the zone by Roger. Now this time LaBroche sends it back up, but it's kept in play by NK as Brew the fourth dumps it behind. Just about 2 minutes to go in the first period. Still 1-0 as Barrington leads North Kingstown. And a good chance coming for the Skippers. And nobody in the slot. They were hoping there was a center going to be waiting, but a little miscommunication there. And opted to be saved to avoid any damage there was Bruzy. 1:48 to go in period number 1, and we want to give you the quick word. Or we'll just have to wait on that one. And they'll get reset for the face-off once again. Taken behind the net. And flipped back in the opposite direction. NK doing its job to keep it in the zone. The Eagles are playing good keep-away so far to protect the puck from going in front of their net. Flip back the other way, playing a dangerous game of keep-away as Vieira trying to get it back to center. The Skippers being very pesky in this affair so far in terms of this last sequence. And now they'll have to get back on side. No room or space to dump it back in. And they'll send it back to center. Going to be met there by Vieira. Vieira flips it off that time to Squires. Squires with the feed that time to Trent Sent. Davis sends it behind the net to set up Coleman. And now moving back towards center ice. Here come the Skippers. Trying to brew a good chance. Charles Randall, ooh! Checked hard to the floor. That's a clean hockey hit if I've ever seen one. And now Trent Sen. Sen rifling one wide to the left. Trying to hit the top shelf of the net right there. And back at center, it's dumped back in by Wood. And the puck trapped down. Under 20 seconds to go as we reach the final moments of period number 1. But don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick commercial break after the first period concludes. Be back quickly for the start of the second. Flip back up and into the NK bench. That one came flying in with a purpose. 6 seconds left on the clock. And that should all but do it for this first period of action. As we hit the break after one, score 1-0. As we conclude the first period of action, we'll be right back for the start of the second. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage between the Barrington Eagles and the North Kingstown Skippers. In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone.
And welcome back for the start of the second period. as Barrington leads North Kingstown by a score of 1-0 off the back of Trevor Snow. Number 22, credit with the first goal and the sole goal in this one so far as we're back in action. Skippers trying to establish some offense. The Eagles have other ideas, but the Skippers have ideas of their own as they dump it back in off of Maltzo. And Wood trying to flip it behind his back over to Kelsey. Still needing some assistance as Hall and Kelsey fight for the puck. And the Skippers keep it on the Eagles' side so far. Barrington trying to escape here as Hall maneuvers around and flips it up that time to Trent Sen. And this one going to cross the blue line. So Barrington flips it into the zone off of Kelsey. Trying to get behind the net that time is Chase Watts. And Skippers flip it back to the opposite side. And it's going to be met there by Eric Hall, who's going to bounce it off the glass. NK off the line change, rifles it right there. And that'll stop play as it's gloved up cleanly by Bruzzi. And the Eagles come up on the draw face-off. Skippers trying to dump it back into their zone. And Eagles flip it back the opposite way. Playing some keep away. And they send it back to center ice up towards LaBrouche. Skippers come up with the puck on the near side boards. And going to go back the opposite way. It's onside, so no icing. Flip back behind the net. And taken up there by Snow. Back through center. Another clear as Davis traps it down. By flips it back up, this time for Gately. And now going to be brought up ice by Jake Roger. Roger sends one right there at Bruzzi. It's going to be deflected to the left. And we'll battle it out at the near side. Back to neutral ice and now into the NK side. And the puck sent back to center. Dumped back in by LaBroche. And a line change for Barrington. Squires flips it over to Wood, who in turn brings it on up over to Connor Hayes. Hayes being met there by Bai. And behind the net, going to get some help from Cole Vieira. Vieira up to Hall. Hall at the blue line sends it down. It was lazily shot down ice, and the defense meets it immediately and kept in play. And a good job sending another one right there at Davis was Connor Hayes. And this puck going to cross the blue line just lazily and stuck now in front of the home bench. Neither side can seem to move the puck. And this one going to go back over towards Bruzzi. Hall going to be the first to meet it as he's chased down and checked into the board. Time was Brew the fourth on top of him. And flipping it over to the far side, this time to Gately. Gately sending it behind the net, chasing it down now is Sean Clement. Clement flips it away. And this one gloved down by Horseman. Sending it behind Bruzzi. Hall trying to escape with the puck. But NK trying to establish something here. Ooh, couldn't get a good wind-up, and Bruzzi's going to jump on top of it for the save. Sean Clement was the one to try and rifle the shot off on Bruzzi. Couldn't really get the stick set in a good position. Barrington comes up with the face-off as they dump it away. Hard check into the boards from Trent Sen. And it's struggling to move the puck. Must be a lot of shaving picked up from the ice. Rifling one down. Defense right in front. That was Ronan Gately. And now patrolling through. A good chance is Henry Kelsey trying to set up on the crosser. And a big save from Ben Davis. Trent Senn slamming his stick onto the floor as he knew he had the goal right there. But just a great effort from Benjamin Davis in net. Huge stop. And NK gets the save it needed. And another chance right in front, but Davis going to stop that before play can continue. And another one coming right there. Davis makes the stop yet again. And this one going to deflect off the glass. Chasing it down now, Squires. Tucker Squires back up to center ice. And dumped back into the zone. Flipped over to Squires. And sent back to center ice. Trying to get it to Kelsey. Chasing it down is Trent Senn. And the skipper is trying to make do as Randall gives it off that time to Gately. Gately, his shot deflected off the stick and out of play into the protective netting. Quick word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game's brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And by our elite recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by being a part of our elite recruits today. Go to www.oureliterecruits.com for more information. Back into the hockey action as the puck goes back to center. And flip back the other way as the skippers try to bring it into the Barrington side. Wood with the good pass that time over to LaBrouche. Gorman trying to get on top of it. It's going to be shepherded and sent back over to Gorman. Hall that time at the top. It's met there by Gorman as he dumps it back in. And now Roger clears the puck to center. And the pass led his man a little too much. There was Tom Polo. And now flip behind his back that time to Brew. Behind his back, and that was a good opening chance as Roger was trying to get the tone set for a shot on net. So we've hit under the 10-minute mark, and now the Eagles will bring it back up. LaBroche, a whole lot of pressure coming from Tim Coleman, and he'll opt to dump it into the zone. Davis stops the puck. The whole net was exposed there. That was a good chance for Adam Gorman to make something happen, but good defense from NK. Another chance and a shot on Davis and a penalty coming. And they're going to get a hook. This one going to be called on Barrington. Or no, it's going to go against NK, I believe. Still waiting. And it's going to be a North Kingstown penalty. This one going to go against Charlie Van Gordon, charged for hooking. So 2 minutes in favor of the Eagles with 9 minutes to go in the second period. Correction. Flip back to Wood. Wood over to Hall. Hall back to Wood. Wood had to avoid the referee and flips it right there into center. Wood, a hard shot going over the top of the net, but stays in play. Hall traps it down before it crosses the blue line. Hall deflected off by the defender, and NK clears it back to center ice. Maltazzo, the defender there to flip it. Hall trying to get it back up to center ice. NK to get a PK line change. Nearly a breakaway try. We got one coming here. Great defense once again as Chase Watts was trying to get ahead. Back to Watts. Watts rifles one right into Davis's glove, and that'll stop play. .110 remaining on the power play. And the Eagles have taken a few shots on net. They're applying solid pressure to the skipper's defense. And the face-off, Skipper's come away with it, but it's taken away up against the boards that time. Snow giving it up to Gorman. Gorman looking for an opening as he patrols around. Will give it to Hall at the point. Back to Gorman. Gorman to Hall. Hall Flips it over that time to LaBroche, who needs to regain himself. 45 seconds left on the penalty. Around the backside boards to Gorman. Gorman a chance, the shot, and it's in the back of the net! Give credit to the goal to number 3, Ben LaBroche, as Barrington increases the lead to 2-0 from the Portsmouth Abbey. That'll conclude the penalty as Charlie Van Gordon comes out of the box. So goals tonight, both from Benjamin LaBroche and Trevor Snow, have given Barrington a 2-0 lead in their season opener. Wood was trying to take the puck away. The Skippers' defense was all over him. Cole Vieira flips it back up ice over to Cameron Hayes. Good poke check that time from Damian Malzo. But here comes a chance from Hayes. This one bouncing off of Davis, off to the left side. Wood traps it down at the point, and it bounced off of Vieira's skates. And Wood, as well as Christian Vieira, are going to have to chase the puck down. Back over to Wood, being in hot pursuit that time from Aiden Pollock. And flip back up through center. It got stuck in the skates that time of Vieira. Here comes Ronan Gately. Or excuse me, Stephen Momby. And behind the net that time. It'll be taken away by Vieira. And flip back up into center from Hayes, Connor Hayes. At center ice, both teams intercepting each other's pucks before the Skippers dump it back in. And crossing the blue line, Skippers are onside. A lot of trouble to gain separation there as they flip it back to center. Barrington on the near side. A good chance here for Kelsey. This one bouncing away from Davis and the protective glass. Kelsey trying to get another one set. Shot, score! Off the rebound. Trent Sen comes in to do cleanup here, and Barrington increases the deficit now. 3-0 to score. So now goals scored tonight by Ben LaBroche, Trent Sen, and of course Trevor Snow, who capped it off to start the game. Puck at center. It'll be brought down that time and dumped in by Tim Coleman. Whipped around the backside. NK going to get a line change as the whole bench was shouting for them to retreat. And now being taken back up through center ice. Here comes Henry Kelsey. Kelsey flipping a backhander over to Davis, who will stop that one. 5:26 to go. And with that, we'll get a quick word from one of our game sponsors for tonight.
Want to close your home purchase or refinance faster? Contact me, David Delbonis, at 401-487-7379, President Precision Home Lending. Trust the experts and we'll make your loan experience amazing.
And a thank you to Precision Home Lending, a proud sponsor of Fans Only Sports Network. This puck goes right back over to Bruzy, who will cover that up and stop play. Shot differential on the night, 24 shots on net for Barrington, only 7 from the Skippers. Just haven't really been able to generate enough offense against a very solid Barrington Eagles team. And it's tough for a team that just got promoted from D2 to D1. A lot of movement and action to keep up with them for them, especially off a state title win. Here come the Eagles across center. Good movement from Squires. However, the puck's going to travel back through center. Skippers, Malzo has it, tries to send it over for Jake Roger, and it ends up getting deflected over towards Brew the fourth, but He'll be checked into the boards. LaBrouche, the pass that time, and offsides the call. Trevor Snow tried to feed it over to Adam Gorman. Gorman crossed the line a little too early, and they got caught there. 4:41 to go in the second period. Caught myself again that time. 3-0 your score, as the Eagles have been dominating from start to where we are right now. This one flipped and way out of play as it hits the ceiling and into the home bench. And puck sent into the skipper side of the ice. They quickly retreat after it as it's flipped around the backside and sent back up through center. That time Quinn O'Connell. And now Tim Coleman. Coleman dumps it into the zone. Bruzy couldn't stop it in time, and it's flipped back in the opposite direction. A little unwise choice there as it nearly exposed the net. And he's just going to glove that down and stop play. 4:07 to go in the second period. And NK comes up off the face-off win. And back through center, Trent Sen trying to flip it away for Chase Watts to get a hold of. Watts on top of us. He's checked hard on the board by Ben Coleman. And trying to skate around is Pollock. And he gets some assistance that time from Charles Randall. Randall, ooh, a hard hit. So knocked a spectator's coffee off. From the impact, wow. That's a mess that we're going to need the staff to come and help us out with. But on the far side boards, as we take the attention away from what's going on outside of the glass to inside the glass. Watts crossing the blue line. A hard check into the boards from Ben Coleman trying to play protective. Now Tim Coleman. Puck trapped on the near side boards. And Randall trying to take it back up. Randall all by himself. Has a man shadowed there, deflected off of a Barrington defender, and it goes back the other way. Sen flips it back up, but it's trapped down. Hard shot going over the top of Bruzy off to the near left side. Another one coming there. Finally a shot on net as Ronan Gately sends one down. He'll head back and get a quick skating change. Barrington flips it back up, but it's another one rifled down at Bruzy, who had to really sell out for that one. Deflecting off the stick there, and another save. Maltso trying to set up Jake Roger to deflect it into the net. But Bruzy. That's Dominic Bruzy. He's just been playing very well in his first start tonight. .233 remaining in the second period. Barrington still leads 3-0. And referee trying to tell our guys to separate on the ice. Barrington takes the face-off. Kept in check in front of the near side boards and now flipped over for Barrington. Good chance that time for Adam Gorman to get set, and that one sent back to center. A nice flip behind the back over to Jake Roger. Roger flips one right at Bruzy, who knocks this one off to the left. Now traveling behind the net. And the puck still exposed as it's flipped to the far side board. Horseman sends another one down, a little wide, but on target. Sent back down from Maltso. And crossing the blue line back to center. And a whistle called. Will get a tripping call here. And it looks like it might be against North Kingstown. And he knew it right away. It's number 22 heading to the box. That's Tom Paolo. So another penalty charged to the Skippers, the third one of the night. We've already seen a power play goal against them. So Barrington 1 for 3 on power play goals this evening. And sent back up to center. Hard shot right at Davis, and he'll make the save. Eric Hall, the one rifling it down. 1:44 to go. And sending the puck behind the red line and back to Hall at the top. Hall flips it over, that time to Wood. Wood coming to the face-off dot, trying to cross it over there for LaBrouche. And getting mishandled on the skates that time was Gorman. And puck out of play. We'll get a quick word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. By our elite recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by applying and going to our elite recruits today. Go to www.oureliterecruits.com for more information. Back at center, the puck continues to move around all over the floor, and it's sent right down. The Skippers trying to make a move before we hit the break, but the penalty still ensues. Gorman trying to feed Hall right there, but Gorman's going to send it at Davis, bouncing off the pads and back to the top over to Hall. Hall rifling one. Davis makes quite the snag and the save. Say what you want about Ben Davis. He's been under duress all night long, but he's played a heck of a game so far. 48 seconds to go. And Barrington coming up with the face-off. Under a minute remaining in the power play. And they're going to have to get back on side as Cody Wood had to fall back for that. And now Eric Hall giving it up back to center over to Trevor Snow. Snow flips it to LaBrouche. LaBrouche checked out that time by Tim Coleman, trying to let the clock run out. And the puck nearly escapes back to center ice as it's dumped back in by Hall. Snow right in front and sent back in the opposite direction. Not in the direction they wanted to go. 25 seconds left on this penalty. That'll continue for at least 10 seconds going into the third. Taking it back through is Snow. Trevor Snow trying to send it behind the back, and he executes to perfection. Count that as the second power play goal of the game, as Trevor Snow does it all by himself. A flip behind the back, and Barrington takes a dominating 4-0 lead. With only 3 seconds to go here in the second. And with that, that'll send us to the intermission break. So, with that, after 2 periods, we sit at 4-0. Apologies for that incorrection right there on your screen. 4-0 the score. And right here in Fans Only Sports Network, we're going to give ourselves a break for the time being, but we'll be back for the start of the third period of action. Your score 4-0 as Barrington leads North Kingstown. We'll be back in just a moment. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Ducks in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot Off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Fans Only Sports Network, as we're back for the start of the third and final period of action. Barrington Eagles leading the North Kingstown Skippers 4-0 in their season openers as they get back to center. And we are underway in the third period. Skippers win the face-off as they send it back to center ice. Snow to meet it immediately and flipped over that time, intended for Christian Vieira. And this puck goes A-wire through center, as taking back up is Jake Roger. At the blue line, it's met by the Eagles, and they flip it through the neutral zone. A good breakaway chance, shot wide to the left that time, as Adam Gorman really winded up on that one. A little too much velocity. And now taking it up. A chance and a shot off of Bruzy. And that came from William Brew, the fourth. And on the far side boards, Barrington's forecheck trying to establish some offense. And they flip it back to the point over the Wood, who rifles one down. It went right through the pads that time of Davis. Almost didn't see it, but it went off to the left side. Wood flips it back up to LaBroche, and it's cleared back through center ice. Hall meets it, and he'll take it up himself as several line changes came. Taking it back down ice and taking it around the backside of the net. And Eagles, no Skippers, now Eagles, now nobody, as eventually that'll be Wood after it. Wood brings it back down to the floor. Wood behind his back, and either side able to come up with it until it's cleared back at center by a Skipper. And Wood, misdirection on that pass, as nearly had a chance for Ronan Gately set up in perfect position. And we're still in play. Being taken back up now and moving around with great ease is Watts. And getting some help for Watts that time was Kelsey. And right in front, another chance. A couple of shots off the rebound. And nothing happening there, but solid pressure again from Barrington, who's been dominating from the starting minute of this one, as they scored with 17 seconds into the game. And that started off from Trevor Snow. And right in front, another chance that time, as the Eagles are trying to generate more. Cameron Hayes setting a man up. Oh, bounces off of Davis, who didn't blink, knew exactly where the puck was the whole time, as Cole Vieira tried to slip it past him. Going behind the Barrington net. And, ooh, a hard body check that time coming, as that was Sean Clement to lay the body down on him. And now back through center as Vieira cleared it. Skippers trying to establish some force. Here comes Quinn O'Connell. This one wraps around the backside of the net. Longest sequence we probably had up until this point without any stoppage. And neither side able to generate much. Flips back off the score box board, and cleared back through center. Stays on side and bounces off the protective glass there as Snow's trying to generate something. Gorman lost its location, and Malzo has it here. Scooting between defenders and passes it up to Jake Roger. Roger trying to use the skates, gets it back to his stick. Roger rifling one, ooh, a little wide to the left, but it was a good opening. Nearly could have slipped it past on that stick side. And on the near side boards right in front of us. And being taken back up by LaBrouche. Across the blue line, going to rifle it past Davis. And it's kept onside. Snow flips it back to Wood at the point, right off of Davis to the near side. And Wood sends another one down. Trying to deflect it in was LaBrouche, or excuse me, that was Gorman. And another shot met to no avail. Skippers get a line change as it goes all the way back. And icing, your call on the floor. One final word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game's brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And by our elite recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by being a part of our elite recruits today. Go to www.oureliterecruits.com for more information. And the Skippers trying to clear it back to center. It's rifled back down. Ooh, this one bouncing off the post. You could hear that one. His velocity came that time from Tucker Squires. And in front of the visiting bench, it's sent right in front of the home bench now. Good chance brewing for the Skippers. Need to get something set up that time as Randall tried to set one, and now sent down by Coleman. A little wide, another one sent down, but the defense is all over it off some weak shots. Here comes Watts and gives it off that time to Sen. Right in front, Sen tangled up in the slot. And now back at neutral ice. Couldn't get dumped in that time by Vieira. Kelsey taking it across the blue line. Davis to stop it behind the net. He's got to get back in quickly. Under 10 minutes now, 9.5 to go. The score still 4-0 as Barrington has a very dominating presence here at the Portsmouth Abbey. Skippers get a line change as Sean Clement will send it up, and Wood gets a hold of it, flipping it over that time to Cole Vieira. Vieira clears it at center ice. Skippers have other options, other thoughts in mind. It stays on the blue line. A hard shot from the point. That came from Campbell Fay. Skippers, with their third line by the looks of it, couldn't generate something. So that was their best chance of the night so far. And now Vieira, ooh, behind the back, and wow, Hayes had to go 360 to try and spin around and get that one in. Right, a little wide to the left. And flip back the other way. The Skippers will try and patrol back up. And flipped over to neutral ice. Wood sends it all the way over that time, but it's taken away by the Skippers. Brew the fourth. Flips it over the far side, and it's tipped off the skates back to neutral ice. Here comes the Eagles. Snow, a chance! Back of the net, and it went in! Snow gets his second goal of the evening. The first one came in the first. One short of the hat trick, but it doesn't matter. Despite that, score increases now 5-0. And sent behind the back that time. Eagles continue this dominance in the third period. Trying to maneuver around and sending it back that time. Great breakaway try that came. Once again, you saw the play coming from Trevor Snow, who leads the team in scoring tonight. Puck trapped up against the visiting bench. And a good chance, but an offsides whistles the play dead as LaBrouche tried to cross. And I believe that was Cole Vieira who had already crossed the blue line before the puck could travel. So we'll come back to the face-off dot at center. And at the face-off, Skippers come away with it. Pass was up to O'Connell, and the skipper's going to try and track it down before the Eagles do. They get a hold of it first. Oh, a great chance set up from Fay. It was intended for Clement to get set, but the Eagles shut that down. Good chance coming. Another one set up as Watts gets tangled up right in the slot of the net. And here come the Eagles once again. Great maneuver from Squires, a little wide to the left on that shot. And now Hall back over to him. Squires sends another one down, bouncing off the goaltender. Another one coming down that time from Hall. Watts over to Hall. Hall taking it to the left side. This one going over the top of Davis. Squires, this one bouncing off of Davis's pads and off to the left side. Another dump in from Hall and a whistle called. To call the play dead, I believe they're going to get him for an offside as the puck did travel that blue line. He caught him, and you can see the referee and him exchanging some good cheer. Good holiday cheer, I should say, as we're in the holiday season. And what a better way to get a nice gift for your family here as the hockey season is underway finally. Shot a little over the top. If you're interested in watching every second of your favorite high school team here on Fans Only Sports Network, go to fansonlysports.com, that's sports with a Z, and purchase your full season passes. And they'll give the next goal once again to Barrington off the rebound. Great shot on net that time from Cole Vieira. And now 6-0 your score with 6:24 to go in the third and final period of action. And at center, Skipper's trying to at least get one on net. Defense has played solid all night for Dominic Baruzzi, who's in net for Barrington. The Eagles, though, here they come once again. Cameron Hayes rifles one at Davis, a little wide to the left. And now Hall dumps it back in. Wrapping around the backside, LaBrouche has the puck trapped. And the Skippers flip it back down, struggling to get it out of their own end. It's dumped back into play. LaBrouche sends it behind the net. That time as we get some more skates out there. Gorman, it's dumped back in from Snow. Wrapping around the backside, LaBrouche. LaBrouche back to Snow. Trevor Snow sends one at Davis. And that one off the line a bit. Another one coming down, a little lazy of a shot, and now being taken back up ice by Coleman, Tim Coleman. Coleman sends one right at Baruzzi, and it goes off to the right. And Snow back to center. Pass was intended that time for Gorman before he got tangled up. And now sent to the near side. Back at center. Trying to get Clement set up. Clement sends one over to Baruzzi. It's the backside board. Trapped at the blue line, brought back down a little wide to the right from Van Gordon. Eagles bring it back to center ice. LaBrouche tangled up back at center and flipped over to the near side board. And it'll cross the blue line. Going back to center. And Wood, dumped into the zone there by Van Gordon. Going behind the net, sending it behind his back on a good pass was O'Connell. And now the Eagles bring it back into center as they're checked into the boards. Eagles need to stay on side until Kelsey gets back on. Now Wood brings it across to Kelsey. Kelsey sends one right in front of Davis. And the whole left side was exposed. Skipper's fortunate that nobody was there to wait for it. And it's dumped back the other way. Skippers still struggling to get it out, and they finally clear it to neutral ice. Skating down hard for it that time is O'Connell. But the Eagles managed to clear it back to center, and NK needs to get back on side. Wood struggling to get it away from the attacker, and we got ourselves a penalty with little time remaining, and we will finally hear the word. And it looks like it'll be a slashing call potentially, as that's going to send Cody Wood to the box. So NK will go on the power play, and they'll give themselves a chance to score late in the game to at least end the shutout. And as the power play ensues, it's taken away that time by Snow, feeding it up to Gorman. Gorman trying to get it pass over to Snow, who would have been completely open with no one to defend him, but the Skippers do their job. Chance from the point, Bruzy with the save. And the Eagles clear that one back through center, killing some more of this penalty. Coleman flips it behind his back that time. Now being shepherded by Apollo. Back to center, flipped over to Snow. Trevor Snow on the short-handed try, trying to get around two, and NK shuts that one down. Here come the Skippers. Brew flips at that time, intended for Paolo, and it's cleared it once again at center. But here comes a chance for Watts, Chase Watts, and nearly a chance there as Kelsey was right there for the rebound. Skippers catch a break. Under a minute remains in the power play as this one's cleared again at neutral ice. Watts trying to make up for that one, but Malzo has other ideas. And the puck exposed in the slot, and the Skippers will bring it back up. Trying to establish something, just about 30 seconds remain on the penalty. And there was a good chance set up that time as Jake Roger was in the vicinity, or excuse me, that was Ronan Gately going behind Davis's net. And the puck just lazily stops right in front of the faceoff dot. But Gately there to scoop it back up for the Skippers. Gately, had Fay in the vicinity. As we hit under 10 seconds, this one off Bruzy and knocked away. And flipped back down behind the net. The power play expires. And now just under a minute and a half remaining. Skippers have one last gasp attempt as this one's cleared again. And they'll experience a little bit of pressure as this puck's going to come back for icing. 1:12 to go in the match. And it's been, for a Division II state champ, riding high coming into this season at Division I. It's been a rude awakening for the Skippers here from the Portsmouth Abbey tonight, as it's been a 6-0 lead so far. Another chance, a good setup there from LaBrouche. It was intended to get set up for Aiden Gorman, or Adam Gorman, excuse me. And now Tim Coleman sending one a little wide, but in the vicinity of the net. Under a minute to go. Flipped around the near side board. And another one coming down, a little wide to the left that time as Malzo tries to get in. Skipper's got a new skater out there, but here comes the Eagles. This one hits Davis's glove. And now redirecting is LaBrouche. And taken away by Malzo. Back at center. Skippers bring it back across with under 20 seconds to go. And Bruzy going to have to track that puck down and stop it with 14 to go. And all said and done, Barrington made this game their own. Another one coming at Bruzy, uses the stick to knock that one away. Skippers behind the net. This one bouncing off a skate. And that will all but do it here from the Portsmouth Abbey. Final score tonight, 6-0, as the Barrington Eagles solemnly defeat the defending Division II state champs and newly promoted Division I team, North Kingstown Skippers. Final score of the affair, once again, 6-0. A very dominant lead from start to finish. The Eagles started off right away with the goal from Snow and just never looked back with only 13 seconds into the match, scoring immediately, and they went from start to finish, adding on 5 more. Snow managed to get 2 in the effort, followed by a quadruple from his teammates. And they get in line to shake hands, and a good way to start off the regular season here in the RIIL season here in the state of Rhode Island for Division I hockey. Thank you all for tuning into tonight's matchup here on Fans Only Sports Network. We hope you enjoyed the rest of the games. Be sure to check more out, and if you're interested in buying season passes for the holiday season, go to fansonlysports.com, that's sports with a Z, to purchase your full season pass so you never miss your team's action right here on the network. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next